Can Trump solve America's $33 trillion debt crisis? U.S. economy explained. Welcome to Global Dynamics Hub. Today we're diving into one of the most important and complex questions about America's future. Can Donald Trump solve the U.S. debt crisis?
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate.
We'll break this topic into easy-to-understand sections. What it means to owe money to foreign countries, how much debt the U.S. currently has, Trump's intentions to fix it.
Drill, baby, drill.
The top 5 countries the U.S. owes, and ways the U.S. might address this debt. Let's get started. First, let's clear up what it means when we say the U.S. owes money to other countries. When America borrows money, it does so by issuing Treasury bonds. Think of these as IOUs. Foreign governments, companies, and individuals buy these bonds, lending money to the U.S. government in exchange for interest payments. So why do they do it? The U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency, which means it's considered one of the safest investments. Lending to the U.S. is seen as secure because of the country's large economy and strong financial system. But here's the catch. Borrowing is like using a credit card. The more you borrow, the more you have to pay back with interest. And right now, the U.S. has borrowed a lot. As of 2024, the total national debt is over $33 trillion. Of this, about $7 trillion is held by foreign countries. That's a massive bill to keep track of. Donald Trump has been very vocal about his concerns over the national debt. He sees it as a ticking time bomb and a threat to America's strength. During his first presidency, Trump focused on boosting the economy through tax cuts, renegotiating trade deals, and bringing jobs back to the U.S. His approach was to grow the economy so the debt would become more manageable. But there's a twist. Trump's tax cuts and increased government spending during his first term added to the debt. Critics say his policies didn't prioritize debt reduction. Now, as he enters his second term, Trump is promising to tackle the issue. His focus will likely remain on strengthening the economy, but can that alone fix the debt? Let's talk about the top 5 foreign countries holding U.S. debt. These countries buy U.S. Treasury bonds, essentially lending money to the government. Here's who holds the most. Japan is the largest foreign holder of U.S. debt, owning over $1.1 trillion. Following Japan is China, which holds approximately $870 billion. However, China's holdings have been declining in recent years due to trade tensions and other factors. The United Kingdom comes next, with about $650 billion in U.S. debt, highlighting its strong economic ties with the United States. Belgium manages around $350 billion in U.S. debt, often acting as a hub for international investors. Lastly, Luxembourg, a small yet wealthy nation, holds approximately $330 billion, serving as another key financial hub for global investments. It's important to note that these countries don't control the U.S. economy just because they hold debt, but relying too much on foreign creditors can make the U.S. vulnerable in times of conflict or economic instability. Now let's address the big question. How can the U.S. pay off this enormous debt? It's not as simple as writing a check. Here are some strategies that experts often discuss. Boosting economic growth is one way to address the U.S. debt issue. A strong economy generates more tax revenue without the need to raise tax rates. Donald Trump has emphasized economic growth through strategies like revitalizing manufacturing, renegotiating trade deals, and achieving energy independence. Another potential solution is controlling government spending. This could involve cutting expenses in areas such as defense, healthcare, or subsidies, though such measures are often politically challenging and unpopular. Renegotiating trade deals is another approach Trump has advocated, aiming to make trade fairer and bring in more revenue. By improving trade balances, the U.S. could reduce its need to borrow. Increasing revenue through higher taxes on corporations or the wealthy is also an option. However, this approach may not align with Trump's policies, which have historically focused on tax cuts. Finally, debt restructuring could be considered in extreme situations. This involves renegotiating the terms of the U.S. debt with creditors. While it might ease repayment burdens, this option is risky and could damage the U.S. reputation as a reliable borrower. Why does this matter to you? High national debt can lead to higher interest rates, making it more expensive to borrow money for things like homes, cars, and education. It could also reduce the government's ability to fund programs like Social Security, Medicare, and infrastructure. Trump's goal is to grow the economy and reduce reliance on foreign debt. But will his strategies work fast enough to make a significant dent in the $33 trillion debt? That's the big question. The US debt crisis is one of the most pressing challenges of the country. Donald Trump's focus on economic growth and trade could help, but solving the problem requires more than just one approach. It will take a combination of growth, spending control, and possibly tough choices on taxes and trade. What do you think? Can Trump make a real difference? Or is this a problem no president can solve quickly? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Global Dynamics Hub for more insights into the world economy. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.